to fulfill our contractual obligation to talking about Bo Nix, Colin's favorite quarterback in the AFC. Hey, listen, 10-game win streak for your guy. Look at him just dropping dimes against his...
He was good yesterday.
Raiders play a soft zone defense. I mean, hell, you were QB1 back in the day. You could have carved these guys up. Anyways, Bo Nix moved into a tie with John Elway for third longest win streak in franchise history. Here's Bo Nix, the hero on the streak.
It's amazing. 10's a long streak, and we've won 11 games. That's really tough to do at this point of the season, and 11-2 is not many things that you want to be negative about, because you want to be appreciative of this opportunity and be appreciative of the wins, no matter how they come.
He's a good player, and he's a heady guy that I think Sean Payton admires his toughness, his athletic ability. He is like Caleb, can be a bit of a roller coaster over the course of 3.5 hours. Yesterday, it's very rare when you watch a game and you can tell one team knows how much better they are, and they're just doing did you notice Denver run the ball, short throws, keep the clock running? Denver just wanted to stay healthy and get out because they know right now the Raiders don't look well coached. They don't. They're doing nothing well. But watching this game, it was like, they just want to get out of the stadium.
Yeah,
a lot of catchable stuff underneath, running the ball. They have a nice running game yesterday. This was not a 24-17 game. If you watched it, it was total domination.
So sometimes I forget to give props to people who do what you have to do, right? I mean, they got to win this game, and they won, right? Rams went to Carolina. They didn't win. They lost that game. That was a tough one. But Denver just keeps winning. Colin, what matters most here? Here's what they got next. Green Bay. That's a top 3 team in the league. Jacksonville. That's not going to be an easy one. I'm sorry. That's not going to be easy. Okay. At the Chiefs. They're not dead yet. They might be by that point. And then they close out with the Chargers.
3 of 4. High altitude, cold weather. Home. Jacksonville in Denver weather.
Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence were built for that.
Oh, Denver's going to... they're going to roll.
Really?
I had Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not going to Denver in a snowstorm and winning.
The very notion is preposterous. Watching that game unfold, it was like witnessing a phantom. Get out of here with that line of thinking. At this moment, the prevailing narrative suggests the Denver Broncos should be apprehensive about facing Trevor Lawrence when he's up against elite defenses, citing the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks as examples. But let's examine the actual evidence. How have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Trevor Lawrence specifically, actually performed in these matchups? The answer is not well. Not well at all. Meanwhile, we have a contractual obligation, as it were, to discuss Bo Nix. Oh, you mean the quarterback leading the team with the best record in the entire AFC? The squad that currently sits atop the entire NFL standings? They are, by the most objective regular season metric available, the premier team in the league right now. Doesn't that seem like a topic worthy of discussion? I came across this clip and decided to craft this analysis in real time, as you can see. I considered the timing, noting it was nearing the window for other major sports talk shows. I pondered, should I publish a Broncos-centric video now? If I do, it will likely coincide with their coverage. I typically prefer to space out content, to allow breathing room rather than flooding the discourse with multiple videos on the same subject. Variety is essential. But then I realized they likely aren't going to lead with the Broncos. They probably won't dedicate significant time to them at all. And if they do, it will be buried later in the broadcast. So I concluded, no, you don't have to wait. You can produce this Broncos video right now. The reason is undeniable. They are the #1 team in the National Football League. I don't know how else to frame it. That is the objective reality, irrespective of personal belief or preference. Against a struggling opponent like the Raiders, Bo Nix was exceptional. This is worth analyzing because a segment of the audience continues to question his legitimacy as a franchise quarterback. Over the last 3 contests, he has been superb. The team continues to excel. The offense is potent, the defense is formidable, Sean Payton's leadership is sharp, Vance Joseph's unit is playing at a high level. They are, across the board, operating at an elite standard. This is a fact that must be accepted. Before we proceed, Denver Broncos supporters, please watch this video in its entirety and consider subscribing. Full engagement is the ultimate driver for this channel's growth. When you watch through and subscribe, it catalyzes everything. Views and subscriber counts surge. I consistently emphasize that this isn't about chasing hollow metrics for their own sake. It's about creating content that sparks genuine interest and fosters substantive discussion. It's about building a real community, and your support is the best way to ensure I can continue producing the highest quality Denver Broncos analysis possible. Thank you. Now back to the point. The Broncos are currently on the third longest win streak in the franchise's storied history. Is that not remarkable? Is that not awesome? Is that not worthy of extensive conversation? The contrast is stark. Key voices on national platforms spent the offseason mocking Bo Nix and Sean Payton, predicting a significant regression, asserting the team wasn't good enough to even reach the playoffs. And now, they hold the top seed in the entire NFL, not just the AFC, the entire league. What greater vindication could you possibly seek? This is year 2 of the Bo Nix era. Recall the ridicule directed at Sean Payton for his statement, "I think this is a Super Bowl contender." Analysts dissected his body language with skepticism after he expressed belief in Nix. There were actual broadcasted takes positing that Bo Nix was perhaps the 4th best quarterback on his own roster, that Zach Wilson was superior, that they should have retained Russell Wilson. These were genuine opinions presented as analysis. The narrative was that Peyton's ego was a problem, that moving on from Russ was a disaster, that he was too desperate in drafting Nix. Then, in their first season post-Wilson, with a rookie QB and a massive dead cap hit, they made the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade. That was a clear success. They then lost on the road in the playoffs to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, an outcome framed by some as, "See, I told you they weren't that good." Pretty embarrassing. Never mind that they were the first team ever to, well, you get the idea. It was a rookie quarterback on the road against an MVP caliber player. Fast forward to now, for those who need the facts explicitly stated, the Denver Broncos are 11-2. They are the number 1 seed. They own critical tiebreakers. The Los Angeles Rams have 10 wins. The Seattle Seahawks, intriguingly, are the 5th seed with 10 wins. The Denver Broncos are the number 1 team in the NFL. Let that sink in. Number 1. Should I write it in large, bold letters? They are the top team. From every analytical and standings-based perspective, they are the number 1 team in the NFL. Sean Payton is the head coach. Bo Nix is the quarterback. The defense operates as a cohesive, dominant unit. And yet the discourse treats them as an afterthought, a topic perhaps relegated to a brief news segment midway through the second hour of a broadcast, rather than the subject of deep analytical focus. I understand the dynamics. The Kansas City Chiefs losing is a major story, and rightfully so. The Chicago Bears losing to the Packers is a story. I grasp that beating the Raiders isn't a season-defining monumental victory. That's a fair point. However, they are the number 1 team in the NFL. Does that not intrinsically warrant more attention? Shouldn't that be a lead segment? Shouldn't we delve into that, linger on it, analyze what it means? I repeat it because it is genuinely astounding and merits reflection. This isn't a franchise devoid of history or fan interest. The Denver Broncos, to me, represent NFL royalty alongside teams like the Green Bay Packers. They are an iconic brand, with a legendary stadium and a massive, passionate fan base. Mile High Stadium is an institution. And yet, the current media landscape isn't fully engaging with this storyline. It's not being leveraged for the compelling narrative it is. I've theorized why this might be. It's likely not a grand conspiracy. Perhaps it stems from many analysts and shows having invested heavily, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty narrative over recent years. Understandably so. When you've built a significant portion of your analysis and audience engagement around one team's dominance, the emergence of a direct divisional threat, especially one you may have dismissed, creates cognitive dissonance. It's easier to downplay than to pivot. Consider this. The Denver Broncos currently have nearly double the win total of the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, as of this moment, are not even in the playoff picture. And, in case it bears repeating, the Denver Broncos are the number 1 team in the NFL. These are my observations. I am keen to hear yours. What is your perspective on the NFL's current top team, the Denver Broncos, and quarterback Bo Nix? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. Whether you agree or disagree, let's engage in some vibrant discussion and debate. But above all, let's enjoy the conversation about this great sport. If you appreciate this direct style of analysis, please consider subscribing. We are building a tremendous community here, focused on authentic connection and shared passion for football, and I would be thrilled to have you participate. Also, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it significantly helps with visibility. Thank you so much for your time.